I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Is this Mr. Massey?
This is Mr. Massey.
Hi, I'm calling with Voice of Choice asking you to please stop harassing those seeking entrance into Grand Denver.
Oh, who says I'm... What do they say?
Well, from what I gather, you are a very important person in some hate videos, and you've been taking actions against those trying to seek entrance into the Planned Parenthood in Denver, and not only is it impolite, but it's actually rather frightening for those on the other end.
Is it polite to rip the arms and legs off little boys and girls and throw them in trash cans?
Well, as it stands, that's not currently illegal.
Well, is it right though? God says it's wrong. God says it's wrong to murder little boys and girls.
I have no interest in debating religion with you, as I'm sure we have very drastically different views. But it's very impolite to push your views on those.
Just because it's a choice could mean it's a wrong choice, though. Sometimes you make wrong choices, and it's wrong to kill your little boy or girl, and that's not religion.
Well, it is. There are things that are wrong in this world, but wouldn't you say that harassing people is wrong? It's
just like, well, is it wrong to rip the arms and legs off little boys and girls?
Well, scientifically, that's not actually what's happening.
Well, God says it's wrong to rip the arms and legs off little boys and girls in His Word, and you can verify God's Word. Things that appear in His Word also appear in the world, such as ocean currents and things like that. If you read the Word and compare it to the world, you can validate that the Bible is true and that it can be trusted in all areas of life. And so you can also realize that it's true to not murder humans and babies. God says they're formed in His image, and He knit them together in the womb, and so they in fact are human from the moment of conception, and therefore it is wrong to kill them.
Well, that may be your opinion, so what you need to realize is that not everyone is a Christian.
But that's not my opinion.
It is, though.
No, it's God says it's wrong to rip the arms and legs off little boys and girls. Not me. Tony didn't say that. I didn't write a book that says it's wrong to rip the arms and legs off little boys and girls.
Well, the existence of God is debatable, so I feel like maybe your approach...
Like I told you, you could verify things that are written in God's Word with things in the world if you chose to open your eyes.
Well, if you want to bring people to Christianity, don't you think there are better ways? Like, maybe you shouldn't harass them. Maybe you should try and preach love. Corinthians.
We do preach love. We love 50, 60 of these women a year who choose not to murder their little boy and girl. And so we help them through the process so they don't have to go it alone and they don't have to murder their baby. And there's always somebody there to help them. So it's not about just yelling at people or harassing them like you say. We also do care for the women as well as the babies.
Well, see, Mr. Massey, you may say it's not harassment, but a lot of people see it as harassment. And while that may not be your perception, it is the perception of those on the other end. And that is certainly not going to bring them any closer to God. If anything, it will push them away.
Well, you do know at one time it was okay to own humans, other people. And it was still wrong, but the law said it was right. So just because the law says one thing or people's opinions say one thing doesn't make it right.
Do you think it's wrong to own slaves?
Yes.
God doesn't. It's right there in the Bible.
Well, it's still wrong.
Well, so are you saying that maybe not everything in the Bible is true?
No, the Bible is God's Word, and whatever God says
God's Word is that it's okay for me, black people.
I'm sorry?
What's that?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
God's Word says that it's okay for me to own another person.
Okay, and where's that?
It's right there in the Bible. Lots of people own slaves in Exodus.
Well, just because they own slaves doesn't make it right. I mean, there's stuff in the Bible where people did wrong. Like, where people slept with hundreds of women. That's still wrong. I mean, the Bible isn't saying everything is right.
Well, that might be true. However, it's not my job to debate religion. I'm only asking that you please stop harassing these people. And you're going to be getting a lot of calls like this today. And also, your address was sent out, I believe. So people may be coming to your house. Anyway, I just wanted to prepare you for that, and also to ask politely.
How do you know it's harassment? Just because somebody said so? In some email?
There's video of you doing it. There's evidence that you are harassing people.
Evidence of harassment? Well, if it was harassment, then you guys should you shouldn't be calling me. You should be calling the police and turning me in for harassment. That's a crime.
Well, unfortunately, it's not illegal, the kind of harassment you're lodging.
You could call the Denver Police Department, because we're at the Denver abortion mill, so you could call them. Actually, they're there most days. So you could actually just, file a complaint, and, if it's harassment, then that's a crime, and I could go to jail.
Well, the problem is that it's not the kind of harassment that will send you to jail, and that's why I'm trying to be polite, and that's why everyone who calls is going to try and be polite. We're just asking that maybe you take into account others' opinions.
Well, is it polite to kill your baby and rip their arms and legs off? June 11, 2012, 3:28 p.m., Tony Massey.